If you're looking to learn about the Safety Measurement System, SMS, you came to the right place. The SMS page has a lot of information and can be quite overwhelming. In this and the next several videos, we're going to cover everything you need to know about SMS and the information it provides. In this video, I'm going to cover how to get to SMS, what is the SMS system. We're going to take a look at the public view. This is what other stakeholders are looking at when they look you up on SMS. I'll show you how to get to the data and also how does SMS get your data. We'll take a look at the process. I'll also talk about your CSA score. Did you know there's no such thing as a CSA score? I'll explain. All right, let's get started. There are a few ways to get to the SMS system. One is the direct link, and that's the link right here. Also provided in the description box below. You can also get to the SMS page from the portal. If you're at the portal, just go to the company's information pod and expand the basic safety measurement summary section. There you'll be able to see the summary of different basics, but right here is the link that'll bring you right to the SMS page. You will be greeted by this notice. This pop-up has some general information about what the system does, who can view it, and how to view the information that is provided. You can read that once and just click X to close it. This notice is going to come up every single time that you use this page, so just close it. So what is the SMS system? The SMS is the Safety Measurement System. Sometimes I say Safety Management System. Hey, that works too. This line here briefly describes the system. It is the one-stop shop for public motor carrier safety data, and it is, really. This page includes not only your data, but also has lots of links of what brings you to another functions, like the MCS 150 form or data queue system. Also, SMS uses the information to identify motor carriers that pose the greatest risk to safety for interventions. Basically, what this is saying is that the calculated scores help determine which motor carriers are in need of an intervention. If you're coming to this page, use this link provided, enter your DOT number in the quick search box and click on Go. The page that opens up is going to show you your profile, but not everything is displayed just yet. In this top section, you'll see your information. Just verify that this is you. If you scroll down, you'll see this row of the big blue icons. Each one of those icons represent a basic. BASIC stands for Behavior Analysis and Safety Improvement Categories. In a nutshell, the violations you receive in inspection are placed in the corresponding buckets and are used to calculate and measure the score of each BASIC. Let's scroll down. At the bottom of the page, you'll find this section, which is kind of busy. It has a summary of activities, carrier registration links, and tools and resources. We'll cover this more in detail in the following videos. So where's your data? Let's scroll back up. Right now, we're just looking at the intro page, so click on this icon right here. See your data. That's going to open up your profile and show your records. Now you can see more information under each of those basics. And the way that it's presented is kind of confusing. So you want to look at the columns under each of those big blue icons. They go together. So for the unsafe driving, the measure for this is 1.31. For vehicle maintenance, that measures is 11, and so on. One thing you want to notice is there's a crash indicator and a hazmat compliance basics are not public. Right here is the public view. So if any other stakeholder or any other motor carrier or insurance companies want to look you up, this is what they're going to see. They don't get to see everything. In this public view, scroll down and you'll find the violation summary. This table provides a list of all the violations that you have received in the last 24 months. It gives you the violation code and the description and the count of each of those violations. Like how many lane restriction violations you have received. It also gives you severity weight and the points that each violation has. So, like if you look at the first row for lane restrictions violation, the weight is 3. So the violation gets 3 points. If you also see the last column here on the right, the basic to which the violation belongs. Scroll a little further down and you'll find inspection history table. This is just the list of all your inspections, again, for the last 24 months. In this example, we have 8 inspections. One thing you're going to notice here, there is no driver information. Why? We're not logged on yet. Okay, so that was the public view. Let's get to your complete SMS profile. Let's go back to the top and click on the word login. This opens up a familiar logon screen. This is where you're going to either use your DOT number and your PIN or your portal account. If you don't have the account information, you might want to watch my other videos on how to get the PIN or how to get to the portal account. The links are in the video description below. So once you log on, you're going to see the top line change from the word log on to log out. And you're also going to see the company's name and the DOT number up there. That tells you that you're logged on. So how do you get your data? There are 2 ways. You can click on the icon on the left that says see your data, or you can click on the right link in the middle where it says dive right into your data. Either one brings you to your SMS profile. All right, so we're logged on. We're looking at our data, and one thing I like to point out is that the message. Your DOT number has no current for higher operating authority with FMCSA. If you see this message, call the help desk 1-800-832-5660 and choose option 3 and figure out what's going on with your authority. But if you don't see the message, no problem, there's nothing to worry about. All right, so let's get started by talking about the top section here. This section displays your carrier information. Pay attention to the number of vehicles and drivers. If this information is not correct, you might have to update your MCS 150 form. Watch my video on the form if you're not sure how to do this. The link is provided below. The middle section here is very confusing. The labels make it confusing because it's really 2 different sections. The top section is showing your safety rating, which is right here. The safety rating comes from the last compliance review you had. If you hadn't had a review, you're going to see not rated. The line shown here as of 1/1/23, updated daily from SAFER, goes with the section below for the out-of-service rates. The out-of-service rates are calculated daily from inspections that are received by the SAFER system. I'm going to be talking about that a little bit, so let's just leave that for now. Just remember the date and the SAFER system. Do not confuse the national average with your numbers. The numbers are here, these are yours. The last section here, licensing insurance, this is going to show you your MC number and the different authorities you may have. If you notice any discrepancies, call the FMCSA desk for help. Okay, so scroll down to the basics again. Each one of those big blue icons represent a category of violations. There are 2 sets of numbers here. One measures the measures of calculated directly from your inspections from your violation points. The other set of numbers are the percentiles. The percentiles are results of comparing your measure to measure of your peers. Did you know that there's no CSA score? The measures and the percentiles make up your score. There's not only one, but there are 7 sets. One set for each basic. Each one of the basics have a threshold, meaning FMCSA has set up a number. If you go over that number, you're going to get flagged with this big alert. This yellow triangle that indicates, in this case, hours of service compliance, that is the percentile 83%, has gone over the threshold. What you really means is that now you're on the radar for FMCSA to target you for an intervention. Another thing I want to point out here is the date. We've already saw one date over by out of service rates. This one here is for the basics and for the rest of the SMS data. The one says based on 24 months records ending November 25th, 2022. Let's go over what this really means. This is going to be a high-level overview of the process. Okay, so let's get started with your inspections and crashes. These records are sent by the states to FMCSA. The records are received and stored into the main database. Once a month, usually the last Friday of the month, SMS grabs a copy of the data. That copy includes records for the last 24 months from the date when the copy is made. SMS uses that copy, those numbers, to calculate all the measures and percentiles. The SMS website is updated 7 to 10 days later. For example, SMS took a copy of the data on November 25th, and the SMS website got updated on December 9th. One thing to know and remember here is it's that it's not really going to go by the date of the inspections. The copy is going to include only those records that were received by the cutoff date. So if you have an inspection on November 22nd, but the main database did not receive it until the 27th, then that inspection didn't make the data cutoff date of 11/25. That record will not show up at SMS until the following month. Keep in mind, if you're looking for good, clean inspections that you know there should have been there but are not, most likely did not make the cutoff date. Another thing to point out here is that inspections also go into a different system called SAFER. The SAFER system is a safety and fitness electronic record system. The out-of-service rates that we'll discuss earlier are calculated based on the inspections that are in SAFER. The big difference here is that those rates are calculated daily. SAFER is still looking at a 24-month, but it's looking at 24-month as of yesterday, while SMS is looking at 24-month as the date of the data cut. Let me show you what the out-of-service rates look like in the SAFER system. If you click on the link, the one that I asked you to remember, the one by the out of service rates, it's going to bring you to your company snapshot. And you'll see there's a section that shows the inspection counts and the out of service rates. The SAFER system is very up to date. So chances are the number of inspections shown in SAFER could be higher than the number of inspections shown in SMS. This is because of the different 24-month evaluation periods. Okay, that was a lot of information, but I think it helps to understand what's going on behind the scenes. Let's get back to the SMS page. If you scroll down to the inspection history table, now that we're logged on, you're able to see the driver information. So now you know who's to blame. Just kidding. Or am I? I like the way they set it because you can clearly see the inspections and its violations. The table on the main page is just a list of all your inspections. If you want to see how each violation affects the measures, you're going to have to go into each individual basic. We'll cover each basic in future videos. Scroll further down to the section that has the summary of activities. There is one more figure I'd like to mention is the ISS score. This is the Inspection Selection System score. The score helps the inspectors determine whether to inspect your vehicle or give it a pass. The higher the number, the more likely you're going to get inspected. There's a lot more to it, but I'll stop here. This deserves its own video, so stay tuned. There's a lot in this section, and subsequent videos will dive into some more of the sections in more detail. We've barely scratched the surface. We have a lot more videos and tutorials in the works. For now, let's just go over some of the recommendations. Save the SMS page link. Log onto the page and become familiar with the system. Review your records that are there and take a look at those inspections. Are they yours? You know mistakes do happen. Inspections can get assigned to your DOT number by mistake. Drivers get a copy of their inspections and they're supposed to give you a copy. But if they don't, you're not going to know if inspection has taken place. Also review the violations. Do you agree with them? Is there anything that could be disputed? Another video is coming. We'll dive into the data queue system and show you how to dispute anything on your profile. So yeah, we do have a lot of material to go over, a lot more videos coming up, so please subscribe to the channel and you don't want to miss any of them. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave me a comment. Thank you for watching.